Do you remember getting lost as a child? The feeling of fear that swept through you as you realized you were separated from your parent. Have you been lost while driving? You have the directions, you just can't figure out where you are or how to get where you want to be. Maybe you've been lost while doing your homework. As you are working through the assignment, you realize you just don't know what the next step is. We use that term lost in lots of different ways. In the book of Luke, Jesus tells 3 different stories dealing with loss. In fact, we call those the parable of lost things. There's 3 parables, 3 short stories that Jesus tells to help us understand loss. In fact, he shared this story directly because of a question that was posed to him. He was asked, why do you associate with and eat with people who are known sinners? Why would you do that? And instead of just giving a very direct answer, Jesus starts telling these stories. He tells a story about a man who had 100 sheep and he loses one. And he leaves the 99 to go and rescue that one sheep. He tells a story about a woman who had 10 coins and she loses one and she spends all night and day looking for that lost coin because it's worth a lot. 1 out of 10 was a lot to her. And so she tears up the house looking for this lost coin. And once she finds it, she rejoices, she celebrates. She's so happy that she's found her lost coin that, in fact, she brings other people in to celebrate with her that she's found that money. And then Jesus tells a story about the lost son. We call this the prodigal son. It's the story about a man who has 2 sons, and one leaves him, and the other one stays. Now, at the end of the story, we see that the son who has rejected the father and rejected his everything that he had at his house comes back, and the father receives him back. In fact, he just doesn't say, you're welcome to come back. He throws his arms around him. He puts a new robe on him. He puts new shoes on him. He puts a new ring on his finger, and he reinstates him to the place where he originally was supposed to be. This is a beautiful story. All 3 of these are beautiful stories of how Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. I want you to be looking for those ideas today in the scripture in Luke chapter 15, and as you have opportunity, discuss it with your small group.